What are you doing? You don't just open up my door. No, you don't. You get the hell out of here. Get out of here, Dean, or I'm going to call the police. I've had enough of you.
I need to see the ceiling.
No, you don't.
No, I need to see the ceiling.
You get out of here. I've already shown you a picture of it. That's it. That's the extent of it.
I can't open your check.
No, just get out of here.
I can't open your check. I need to see the ceiling.
No, bye. I don't trust you, Dean. I don't trust you being around me. I don't want anything to do with you when I'm alone. No, then you get Patty here. You get your wife here so that there's another person here.
No.
What?
No.
Fine. See ya. Bye. You open up my door again. I'm going to call the police. That's what I'm going to do.
Good. I want them to come. I want to look at the ceiling.
No, there's no emergency, Dean.
I want to.
There's no emergency. You have no right to come in here. You have no right to harass me every single fucking day. You get the hell away from me.
You're known.
No!
You're known proven liar. So I can't believe you about anything. I just want to look at the ceiling. And
You're lying. It's always a lie. Bye-bye.
I'm not going.
Harassment, Dean. I'm going to sue you.
Go ahead.
I am just a shaky mess right now. Over and over and over. We had a court hearing this morning, and the court knows that he can't. I requested repairs, and that was early September, and then life safety came twice, and then I'm so sorry. I was just trying to close my eyes, so I'm really tired. So then I woke up, I'm so sorry. And he just woke me up out of a sound sleep right now, and I am just exhausted. It's always something with him. So then the inspector came once, and then the inspector had to come back again because he wouldn't fix it. And then I requested the life safety inspector to come on the 30th. So he showed up, and then as soon as he left, within a half hour, and then he had come down here and then gave me a notice to vacate. Oh, here, I'll show people. This is what he gave me. So then he gave me a notice to vacate, and then sorry about this. I'm trying to do this quickly since he's harassing me again. And then the judge today just said that he can't do any eviction, anything, trying to harass me. And he's doing the same bullshit again. So then this is what they said. This is what Homeline in Duluth, Minnesota sent me. So it said that, so then I sent this on to the court, and it's Damian Dean Dodge, your notice to vacate served to me on blah, blah, blah. Well, you guys can read that here. It's invalid. Here, I'll bring that up just a little bit more. And okay, hopefully everybody's read that by now. So anyway, so then I served a rent escrow action on him. Well, affidavit of rent escrow because he wouldn't fix anything. And then the court hearing was this morning, the 10th of November. And then this is the notice of retaliatory conduct that Homeline also sent to me. So I'll try to, hopefully you guys can read that. So anyway, so then that was given to the court, and then all of the put the building in his daughter's name, even though she's not the actual owner. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, that's here. Hopefully that's easier to read. Gina Lisa. So then these are all of the things that he failed in the inspection. There's 2 pages of it. And this is just from life safety. This isn't even from the HRA inspection. So then he failed that. And then there was another one, more pages, and then he failed that. And then after that, and I'm sorry that I would just, he just scares the hell out of me. And I have PTSD from a previous marriage, really bad guy that I was married to. So he just, he's such a horrible, creepy landlord. He's sexually harassed me, talked about kissing me this spring. Just gross, just disgusts me. He absolutely disgusts me. His name is Dean Dodge, and he's in Duluth, Minnesota. And then this is the cost of repairing my vehicle because his son tried setting the porch on fire on the Friday before Labor Day. And then I told him and his wife, I emailed them, or not emailed, I left a voicemail after neighbors and I called 911, and then they helped me put out the fire, and then the fire department came, and then I left Dean and Patty a voicemail that night talking about John, their son, Gian, who has a order for protection. His ex-wife has an order for protection on him for domestic violence, which isn't a shocker because Dean is a domestic abuser as well. And then I should say his domestic violence actions towards me is just like domestic violence. If you look up the state statute of that, and then harassment, he fits the bill to a T. And then, oh, I'm so sorry. I lost my train of thought. I'm so tired. And then I haven't been sleeping. He's just been making my life a living hell. And then what happened? And then, so then on that night, I was looking at an apartment on Lake Avenue. So my dog, Sergeant, who is the greatest dog on earth, and I took a ride in my truck up Lake Avenue just to check out the apartment at night, just to see what the neighborhood was like, to be walking around there with him. And then as we were turning around the avenue, my brake light came on, and then so I pulled over because I thought maybe it was my emergency brake. I couldn't figure it out, and then it wasn't. So then we slowly went down Masaba over to 4th Street, and then down 9th Avenue, and then to my house, so that the hills weren't as big. And then on that Monday, Labor Day weekend, that by the time that we got home that night, the light had gone out. But then on the Monday, Labor Day, I think it was the 6th of September, which was 1.5 days later. So that Friday night is when I called his parents up, called the landlord about that, and then on the I can't even think right now. I'm so sorry, people. So who's ever listening to this. So on that Friday night is when I called his parents and told them, after the fire department left, that John had tried setting the porch on fire, and then with the 2 neighbors. And then on Saturday, I told his mom, Patty, when she came to pick up the rent. And then on that Saturday night, when I took Sergeant for a walk later, it was probably like around, 11 o'clock or so. And then that's when my brake light came on for the first time. And then on Sunday, it came on for like 2 seconds. I just ran over to, I think, Super One and got some groceries, and then we didn't go anywhere. And then we went to the Rose Garden. I'm sorry. We went to the Rose Garden on Sunday. And then on Monday, we went to the Rose Garden too, because that's Sergeant's favorite place to walk. And then when we came back to my truck, there was liquid and stuff all over. So I called the police, and then they had to call hazmat because it was right by a sewer drain. So I made a police report, and then had it towed over to the mechanic, and where it's going to cost me $1,280 to fix it, and I don't have that money. So I'm also suing my landlord for those costs as well too. And then I've got text messages from his brother stating that that he had damaged 2 of his vehicles, and that John had admitted to it, the cops. And then Sergeant, just quiet. So I hear a voicemail, so I don't know if that's a plumber to fix the whatever, but I've already told him, I already showed him that there's, see that leaking up there? That is from Brooks' radiator. And I told him, I sent him a picture of this, and that it's not an emergency, and you can see I'm packing and selling things. I'm living out of bags. It's miserable, but well, I won't say it, but he is an awful, awful person. And then you can see the neighbor that doesn't live here. There, that's his. And yeah, so there you go. So there. And then you can see how the landlord sets off my dog. So, Sergeant, it's okay. Let's go back to the bed. No, he can't get in here. There's no emergency. There's no emergency, Sergeant. Just go on. Just relax, sweetie. And I'm afraid that this beautiful dog here that I absolutely love, and my poor little kitty cat over there are just, it's been enough shit. So that's what's happening today. And if he tries, as you can tell, before he had tried just opening up the door and getting in here without even letting me know that he was coming. So he thinks that, and then see how hot it is in here. He knows how miserable it makes me when it's 74.3 degrees in here. Just bad crap crazy. And then, so he's doing everything that he possibly can to make me miserable. So, and the court hearing, I impeached him when we both talked to the court. Preliminary hearing, let him know that I have already found another place to live. So going back to that, so he can't, that notice to vacate was retaliatory because I, and this is a little bit for everybody in Minnesota. If you request repairs from your housing agency or your life safety office, which is our fire department here in Duluth, Minnesota, or your local agency that does that, your landlord cannot try to evict you, cannot end your tenancy within 90 days following that, because it is seen by the Minnesota as retaliatory, and that's illegal. And that's what he's mad about, is because he can't do that. That was very clear from the court hearing today. And the case number, I can give everybody the case number too, so you can follow, is 69DU-CV-21-2060. And after this, I also looked up things on harassment and everything else that he's been doing. He's been making my life a living hell for 3 years. He doesn't like a woman. He's a misogynistic man, so he doesn't like a woman who stands up to him. And the first tenant upstairs that lived up there, Gina, she did that. And then he made her life miserable. She stopped paying rent because he wouldn't fix anything. And then there was Mia, who was here for a week. And he wouldn't fix anything for her. So then she said, heck with it. And then came down here crying and knocking on my door. And I drove her back to her friend's house. And then he blamed me for that, as if I had done something. And then And then after that, it was Meg and Emma and Aiden. And then they moved out because his son, John, started living on the other side. And then he filled the whole apartment building with gas and carbon monoxide. And she got mad because he wouldn't pay for them to stay in a hotel. So she said, heck with it. And she moved out. And she was able to break her lease. And then it was Sierra and Sama last year, and then they moved out because John had damaged their vehicles, had totaled Sierra's, and their vehicles had done so much damage to it, and they called the police. And then I got in on the police because he had damaged the back of my air conditioner and then keyed my truck all the way around, and then he had jumped on the hood of my truck. Oh, here, I'll show you. So then I used to park when my truck was working before he vandalized it. I used to park right there where his vehicle is now. And John jumped from the top of this tree onto the hood of my truck. And then, so there's a big dent in that now. It's dented in. And so then, and see, I always have a security camera on when he's around because I do not trust him. In fact, I'm going to plug that in right now because I always am in fear of my safety. And it's just a crazy way to live. And he's just like my abuser. That's exactly what my ex-husband used to do to me. So I had got 2 orders of protection on him and tried getting a lifetime order of protection on him. But of course, the good old boys in St. Louis County wouldn't do that. So then the Minnesota Appellate Court said that I met all the statutory criterion by him violating the first order when I got the second order. But too bad, so sad they weren't going to do that. So yeah, so there you go. So yeah, so that's where I'm in on all of this. And just backcrap crazy because he doesn't take care of anything in his apartments. So there's damages everywhere. I mean, there's just damage everywhere. So see, you can see my security camera is on, and that has been on since last fall because I finally realized that he was coming into my apartment when I wasn't here, which is against the law. So there. So hopefully that camera is set up and you can see Sergeant. And yeah, and well, you can see right away that he had just opened up my door, just coming in here when he doesn't have a right to do that. So I am still the tenant. He's still the landlord, and he cannot do that. He did not text me. He did not call me. Before he did that, he just came down here and did that. So that's against the law. And I will call the police if he ever tries doing this again, because he did the same thing yesterday too, where he just opened up my door and Sergeant just raised hell, and I didn't say anything because I was just scared crapless. And today I just had enough. After I felt better after doing the court, and I think I've had enough. So I think I'm going to have to sue him for harassment too. I think I'm going to have to take further legal action with him because he's just never going to stop. And I'm worried for my safety and for my dogs and my cats, and for my possessions that I have in here that I cannot afford to replace. So he is a dangerous, dangerous man, and his name is Dean Dodge. So there you go. And I've had enough. Hopefully this will all upload to YouTube, and I'm going to do that right now. Well, I'll do that later because I don't know. I've got to wait until he's got his bat crap crazy out of here, so, and away from me. So I need groceries, I need sleep, and I don't feel like I can do anything except for sit here like a sitting duck because he has caused me so much trauma, and I'm afraid to leave. If I would have left and went to go get groceries, he would have just come into my apartment. That's not acceptable. Oh, and then when he came here and was fixing things on Monday, and then the building inspector came after that, and see, this is my sink, which he thinks is okay and no problem. He was arguing with the building inspector because he won't fix that. See what a slumlord he is? He won't fix any of that. He was arguing with the building inspector because he told him that he had to replace that. And then he wouldn't wear anything on his shoes. And then this is what he did inside of the bathroom. So he got the whole bathroom just covered in crap and stuff all over. See all that? That's how he left my shower and everything after he worked on my shower, and I asked him to clean it up, and he said no. So, and he said that right in front of Greg Smith, which I'll probably upload that conversation later too. From the tape recorder, I also videotaped it, I think, but at least I have it on my audio recorder, so I will upload that too. But it is exhausting to deal with an abuser because they just think that they can do anything that they want to. They don't follow the law or anything else that anybody else expects them to. So it's disgusting. And Duluth doesn't have a good reputation for domestic violence. So, yeah, so there you go. So this is how I'm living, because I have to live in fear every single day of that man breaking into my apartment. I can't sleep because of all the trauma that he's caused me. And yeah, he doesn't take care of anything. So, and that is because of Brooke, the upstairs neighbor. I didn't do that. I sent him a picture. She was supposed to turn off her radiators, and that should be taken care of. So there you go. So I'm gonna upload this later. I'm just exhausted because I might have to make another video. Who knows?